Hi, welcome. Today is August 8th, 2020, Saturday. Thanks for getting up and spending some time with us today. If you're tuning in on twitch.tv/ccandseith, you will have an uninterrupted feed, and you can catch us on Facebook Live right now. But if you're having any issues, switch over to twitch.tv/ccandseith for an uninterrupted feed. As I mentioned, it's Saturday today, and I've been so excited for today's show on systematic racism, socioeconomic disparity, and police brutality. This subject was by special request from Mark Millington, our special guest, and as Seith mentioned, we also have a special guest host, Skylee-Storm Hogan. Hi. So to start the show today, as usual, I'd like to start with land acknowledgement. I'm coming to you from Bobating, proud to be from here. I'm from downtown. We are the home of the Anishinaabe people. There is also Cree, Métis, and all kinds of Indigenous folks from Turtle Island that inhabit here. We are the home of the former Shingwak Residential School. So we have that history here. We're also located right in the middle of the Great Lakes, so we have a huge responsibility to protect the land and the waters. We're surrounded by Garden River First Nation, Batchewana First Nation, Missinaba Cree's a little further out, and we have a lot of diverse communities around us that deserve some respect. So respect to the truth, the lands, the peoples, the waters, and just want to spread good energy and healing out there for folks and our environment. So without further ado, I would like to have our guests introduce themselves. I will mention that today, Seith and I plan to be a little bit symbolic and supportive in our commentary. So we are hosting the space and allowing the space to be taken over, and I'm here to learn. So without further ado, I will pass the mic, and I did have Mark introducing himself first, and then I guess we'll let Skylee introduce themselves and kind of take over from there. Thank you. Mark?
Well, thank you for having me. I definitely appreciate the invite to come on the show. As you said, I'm Mark. Nothing super special about my credentials or anything like that. I'm just very passionate about fixing the situation that we're in as a country, as a people, as humanity. There's a lot of work that has been done, and it's been great to see the strides and the changes that have happened over the years. But as we've seen with protests happening around the world, there's a lot of work still to be done. And I think that the conversation is important to keep driving that conversation forward so that people can learn exactly how they can help, what they can do, and how they can really combat this on a systematic and personal level. So that's what I'm here for.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm really looking forward to the conversation. So my name is Skylee-Storm Hogan. I'm coming at you from Ottawa, which is the traditional territory of the Algonquin, the Anishinaabe, and the Haudenosaunee. I went to university in Sault Ste. Marie, Bawating, for 4 years, where I completed a BA in law and justice, and my major research paper was actually on the policing and over-incarceration of Indigenous bodies. I've since completed a master's degree in history, specifically looking at public history, but also my main interests include Indigenous and Crown relations and legislation history in regards to policing Indigenous people. My main reasons for pursuing that was because my father was actually over-incarcerated as an Indigenous person for over 25 years. So, I mean, to me, it was a very personal thing that I go for that and that I talk about it and that I advocate for it, just because it's something that directly not only impacted my family, But it impacted my access to culture and my access to who I was as a Haudenosaunee, Onkwaone, Ganea, Gagaha person. So yeah, I'm looking forward to kind of talking about this, talking about my paper that I originally was kind of laughed out of class for because my suggestions back in 2018 were a little bit out of the realm of people's imaginations. So I'm really looking forward to breaking this down with you today, Mark.